Hey everyone, Elite here with another process video for Hip Kit Club, and this is the first layout I created with the January kits. They are gorgeous, and you're seeing here my entire process. I didn't have any design in mind when I started, but this quickly came together, and I love how it turned out. I highly recommend scrap lifting this or something similar, because this is how you make a layout in no time and use lots of pretty things. Obviously, you don't need the kits to do something similar. You can use whatever you have in your stash. So the first step in my process here is just, I think I always do this. I hold my photo in one hand and then I just kind of hold it against each of the papers in the kit. That's how I start. I start with the papers, and I usually pretty fast narrow down the pattern papers that I like together with the photo to probably around 3 papers, I would say, on average. And that gives me the general color scheme, the general feel of the products I'm using, and then it kind of leads me to the other product choices. So usually with a kit, it is a mixture of manufacturers, but usually in every month's kits, there will be probably 2 main manufacturers. So in this kit, for example, we have, in the main kit, we have some exclusive papers and an exclusive ephemera pack, and yeah, and actually I think this month it's kind of a mix, because there's also some crate paper in it and some Vicky Boutin, but I am mostly using the exclusive papers, and then you will see that my main embellishments are going to be the matching exclusive flower pieces from the ephemera pack that we got in the main kit. So I kind of when I saw the kits, I pretty fast knew that I really wanted to use this gorgeous floral paper that Kim Watson designed. And the thing is, maybe you're surprised, because it is a multicolored paper, and I always say that those are hard to use. But I don't know, this paper, it has a lot of white, the colors are so bright, and I just loved it, and I really wanted to use it. But since it is rather busy, I came up with a design that I feel really lets the paper shine and still doesn't look too busy, to me at least. If you think that the final result is a little bit busy, but you still want to use this design, I would say just make the white cardstock or whatever piece of cardstock or pattern paper you're using instead of the white that I'm using here, just make it bigger, and then less of the floral will show. So I knew I wanted to use that pink polka dot that came in the kit, that paper, and I knew I wanted to use some white. And then I was trying out that light pink cardstock, but it was a little bit too, like, that pink is slightly warmer in tone. It's a little bit, like closer to peach than the pink that I'm using here in the pattern paper with the polka dots, which is a little bit more of like a cool pink. It has more of a blue tone to it, like an undertone, obviously. And I just didn't like it. I felt that it kind of faded out everything, that shade of cardstock. So back to the original plan with the floral, and this I'm already liking. So I cut down the white cardstock. I think it's now about a 9-inch square, so that leaves me plenty of space around. You can still see the gorgeous floral. You can really get the whole effect, I feel, of the paper, of that floral paper, but I still have enough space for some layers, more pattern papers, and my title, and I don't have to compete with that floral background, because the problem is with busy papers that, you can put papers on top of them, you can layer other pattern papers on top of them, not a problem, but if you want to, for example, put a title you have to kind of make sure that it's legible. And yeah, so my solution for that was to have that big block of white cardstock. And I'm also going to stitch around the pattern papers with some black thread. I love black thread. It's currently in my machine and I'm really, really loving it. It works really well for my style because I use a lot of light colors, and I do like that whimsical feel. I like a bit of contrast. I like that detail. So I think it's going to stay in my machine for a while now. And if you don't have a sewing machine, you can totally just outline it with a black pen. That would give you the same effect, of course. I wouldn't recommend hand stitching because I don't have the patience for that. So, committing, gluing things down, and yeah, just keeping it very, very simple. And that's what I love about this page, because I feel the finished, the end result is really colorful and pretty and detailed. But in reality, this took, I guess, about half an hour, maybe a little bit more, which is pretty fast in my book. And you know, now we are kind of, what, 6 minutes into the video, and this is actually where everything starts to come together. So if I had the concept when I started, I'm guessing this layout would take like 20 minutes, not even. So for my title, I'm using these gorgeous foam thickers from, I want to say, Vicky Butin, I think, from her All the Good Things collection, I want to say. I'm really bad at this. I'll put a link to the Hip Kit Club website, and you can find all the details on what comes in which kit. So I am using some wax paper, which one of my viewers, Karina, the lovely, lovely Karina, sent it to me. Wax paper, because we don't have here wax paper in Austria. We have, you know, we have like baking paper, we have some like sandwich wrapping paper, which doesn't look at all like the what I see in the American channels, like the deli paper. No. And we definitely don't have anything like wax paper. Believe me, I have checked in all areas of the supermarket. Yeah, so now that I have it, I can do my Tracy Banks impersonation and move around my titles on wax paper. No, it's fantastic. I'm so happy I have some. Okay, time to embellish. And how easy is this with these gorgeous, gorgeous florals? They, of course, coordinate perfectly with the background. And yeah, it's only a question of how many of these gorgeous florals can I include on this one layout, and should I keep some for next layouts? And I don't care. I want all the pretty flowers, so let's just slap them on there. And I think here this is kind of as far as my designer brain was thinking. And then I was kind of like, oh, I was just thinking, okay, I do want to add some journaling here. And yeah, this I wasn't sure, but in the meantime, we can embellish a little bit. And okay, the photo. The photo here is a photo of Lily being very small and cute and walking in our garden outside. It was covered in snow. It already snowed like a bit a few days before, and but it was still covered with snow. And she was just walking there, and I don't know if you can see it on screen, but you can see like her footprints in the snow. And actually, when I saw this, when I took this photo, and then when I looked at it, I thought that, you know, I should make a layout, something that says like, I don't know, walk your path, or something about her and walking and doing her thing or something. But you know, that requires thinking, and that's not my strong suit. So Vicky Butin helped me out, and I used the Life is Good here. And I can always scrapbook this photo again. I'm really okay with using the same photo, or a photo that doesn't necessarily directly connects to the story you want to tell on the layout. So I don't feel like I'm wasting this photo now on this layout. I thought it was really pretty, and I turned it black and white, and yeah, I just really love the contrast. Her coat is like dark blue in real life, but it looks black here, and then there's all the white snow, and she has a hat that is like a panda hat. It has like panda black ears and eyes, and then the hat is white. I actually bought that, I think, in Target in like 2013, I want to say, maybe, or 12, when I visited my best friend in Minnesota. And I bought it for Ella at the time, and now Lily is wearing it. And yeah, it's just the cutest hat, and it does look really nice in photos. So, my journaling. For my journaling, I made life so easy for myself. I used one of the Project Life cards. Those are fantastic to add your journaling. And I was worried I would mess it up if I wrote down directly on the white cardstock. And I also felt like the layout could use something in that area to balance the title. Because the title is kind of, you know, heavy in design weight, and so I wanted to balance it. And I ran this through my old typewriter. I have like a vintage typewriter that my husband found in their attic, and it doesn't work that amazing, but it did the trick here. And I also stitched around that Project Life card, and you would be amazed to know how much time I spent thinking if I should stitch around it, if that would be correct design-wise, and blah blah blah. I ended up stitching around it, and yeah, I like how it looks and everything. So all the papers here are stitched with black thread. And yes, I can't make up my mind to save my life where to put those foam hearts. I say this in all my videos, but I think it's a really great design tip. Repetition. So luckily this word thicker pack comes with lots of embellishments, and I could use those black foam hearts to repeat that, you know, same texture and color like the title. And I almost always do that, and almost all the word thickers packs or letter stickers packs also have some sort of little embellishment that you can use. So, finishing touches, I'm going to use these cardstock stickers from Pink Fresh Studio. These are fantastic. I think they came in the Project Life kit. They are such high quality. They're really amazing. I wasn't planning on using them at all, and then I just found a few bits and pieces that worked really well with my color scheme because, you know, Kimberly does it again. Everything coordinates, everything matches, and I added a few of those circular stickers. You will see those in the close-up shots. And now I'm adding some of these hearts from also from Pink Fresh Studio. Another little tip here, which I'm not sure will be helpful at all, but I'm just telling you how I work. So, for example, I want to add these little hearts, and they come in a pack with, what do we have there? 8 colors. And I'm thinking, okay, which colors should I choose? Usually what I'll do is I just hold that embellishment pack up against my layout, and I look at which color of embellishment pops at me, and usually that works for me. And if you are, you know, you want to use something like that and you have like lots of colors and you're not sure what to do, then maybe search for a color that is not that prominent in your design. So if you have a lot of pink, don't go for the pink hearts. Choose something that is in smaller doses, like yellow, or yellow is always a great accent color. So if you have just a few pops of yellow, that's a really great color to choose as your finishing touches. And in this case, I felt like the blue was like that light minty color. It's more of an aqua, I guess. I don't know, to me aqua is a little bit more bluish and mint is a bit more greenish. So Yeah, and now the last thing I'm going to do, which I'm really happy with how this turned out. I was thinking about including some of these Vicky Butin watercolor stickers, but I don't end up doing this. I'm going to what I am going to use is her lovely roller stamp that came in the embellishment kit, I want to say. And I'm just trying. I couldn't find that piece of paper that came with as part of the packaging of the stamp that has all the different wording and whatever comes in this stamp. So I had to kind of guess, and eventually I managed to use it. So I used it on one of the cardstock stickers from Pink Fresh Studio, and it says "Shine On" if I'm not mistaken, and I love that little detail. And yeah, you could also stamp the date, but I wrote the date on my journal card. So that's it. I hope you find this inspiring. Thanks for watching. Bye.